For decades, America sold the world a promise. Come here, study here, work here, build a future here. But somewhere inside that promise, another industry quietly exploded. It is not Silicon Valley, not even the Wall Street, but inside the maternity clinics, the immigration consultancies, and luxury apartments built around a powerful idea: an American passport by birth. Hi, this is Navya Bal, and you're watching TimesXP in Depth. A California-based Indian origin doctor is now at the center of a political storm. Dr. Athia Javed, an OB gynecologist based in San Jose, is under a congressional scrutiny, and Republican lawmakers investigate what they call America's growing birth tourism industry. And suddenly, a hidden business model worth millions is back in the spotlight. The allegations are explosive. Foreign nationals traveling to America not just for healthcare, but especially to give birth so that their child could automatically get a U.S. citizenship, especially under the America's birthright citizenship law. Now, technically giving birth in the United States is not illegal, but here's where the things become politically dangerous. There's a U-turn to it. American investigators are asking whether some clinics, consultants, and facilities across the legal line, or they're allegedly helping clients to hide the real purpose of their travel while entering the country on tourist visa. And you know what? That changes everything. The Congressional investigators have now demanded a record from multiple maternity-related businesses, and according to reports, authorities are examining the advertising of the material, housing arrangements, and visa-related guidance, as well as even the instructions allegedly given to the clients on how to answer the questions on the US border officials. But the story is much bigger than just one doctor, because over the past 2 decades, an entire global industry quietly grew around the idea of passport babies. In cities like Los Angeles, Miami, Vancouver, Toronto, the specialized business model began offering complete maternity packages to the wealthy foreign families. Now, airport pickup, luxury apartments, hospital coordination, legal consultations, and newborn paperwork, all packaged together. And for many families, especially from China, Russia, Nigeria, and parts of Asia, majorly India, an American-born child became a long-term investment and an access to future education, easier global mobility, and eventually immigration advantages. And yet, Indian involvement has already looked different. Unlike the large Chinese maternity hostels and their network, which is uncovered by the US authorities in past, Indian-linked operations appear smaller, more fragmented, and often connected to a broader medical tourism business rather than a dedicated citizenship operation. Now, I would ask you to stress on one thing. The Indian origin doctors and the consultants, as well as the visa facilitators, increasingly become part of this ecosystem. Why? Because Indians are deeply connected to America's immigration systems. Thousands of Indian professionals spend years, sometimes decades, waiting for just one green card under the H-1B visa system. Now, many remain temporary residents despite working legally in the US for years. So, for such families, a US-born child represented security in an uncertain immigration future. But now, something has changed. America's political climate has shifted faster. Donald Trump and Republican lawmakers have turned the birthright citizenship into a much bigger political issue. In 2020, the US tightened its visa rules, allowing officials to reject the applications if they suspected the childbirth was primarily purpose of travel. And now, the Congress is escalating scrutiny again. Now, Republicans argue that the system is being commercially exploited. Critics, however, warn that the debate risks targeting the immigrants, the foreign doctors, and especially residing families who are simply navigating America's complex immigration reality. And that is the reality behind the story. This is no longer just about the maternity clinics. It is about the citizenship trap, the identity, immigration, and who gets the access to the American dream. Because behind every birth tourism, the headline lines are much bigger global story. And a question: in a world of borders, visas, immigration blockades, how far will families go to secure a future for the next generation?